one man is dead and two others are hospitalized after a large fight erupted in a home located between Bemidji and Cass Lake. 44-year-old Leslie Hedberg died of injuries he sustained in the fight. Lacey Montelio now joins us live from the Beltrami County Jail with more details on what happened. Lacey, what did you learn today?
Well, Dennis, Damian John Gullickson and 29-year-old Dora Jean Keyser are both being held here at the Beltrami County Jail pending formal charges for second-degree murder and assault. Police say they were arrested not long after the before Gullickson attempted a home invasion and a carjacking.
Police tape and broken bottles are the only signs of the fight that killed Leslie Hedberg, but neighbors say it was a scene they won't soon forget.
I was sitting there watching TV and I seen a lady come walking up to the house, and she knocked on the door, and I opened the door, and she looked in pretty rough shape.
Dalton says the woman was frantic.
She said, "Les ain't breathing. I got to call the cops. I got to call the cops." So I let her call the cops, and the next thing you know, they're all over the place.
Officers who had already been called out to the home earlier in the day say they found 4 people who had been assaulted.
One person who wound up being the victim here, being killed, was obviously in great distress.
Officials say Leslie Hedberg was beaten so severely that he died just moments after he arrived here at the Cass Lake Hospital.
The other 2 seriously injured people were transported to Sanford Hospital in Bemidji.
Meanwhile, a call about a carjacking in Cass Lake led them to Damian Gullickson and Dora Keyser, who officers say were their main suspects.
In this case, we already knew who were present at that house 2 hours prior.
ODEP says Gullickson was first taken to Sanford Bemidji for injuries he received while trying to break into a home after the fight. That prompted the hospital to go on lockdown.
We are concerned about retaliation towards the perpetrator.
The lockdown ended early this morning, and the 2 individuals injured in the fight are now recovering.
They're in good condition and being well cared for.
Officers are still trying to find out what prompted the fight that killed Hedberg, who Dalton says was a good man.
He's a nice, friendly guy. I never had no problem with him. Friendly, and he seemed like he's a good dad.
Officials at the hospital say the lockdown was just a precaution, and they determine when to have a lockdown on a case-by-case basis, Dennis.
All right, thank you, Lacey, for the live reports tonight. Officials say they are not sure if more charges will be filed in the case since the investigation is ongoing.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.